So I'm here with Miguel Sternberg, creator of They Bleed Pixels, and I guess curator or help.
Yes, I'm a curator and co-organizer of the Comics vs. Games 2 showcase, and of Comics vs. Games in general, a co-organizer. We're doing it with Bento Miso, who hopefully you'll get an interview with, and Attract Mode.
Yeah.
And I should say, in this case, I have my own company that makes its own games. I'm doing this as part of the Hand-Eye Society, which is sort of a local Toronto indie games kind of arts and cultural organization.
Okay, cool. And did they approach you about helping them out, or did you approach them about how this is going down?
Basically, the first one was I'm one of the board members for the Hand-Eye Society. So we were approached last year by TIFF, the film festival.
Sorry, keep going, it's fine.
And another interview attempts to go into the interview room. We were approached, the Hand-Eye Society was approached by TIFF, the film festival, to do a series of projects with them. And they sort of asked us, what would you like to do? And I'd, for a while, been wanting to do something combining comics and games. So the first one came about from me sort of pitching it to them as a project for us to do. And it was a little bit different. Last year what we had was we teamed up indie game developers and indie comic artists and made them make games together. And this time we've got a bunch of extra content because of stuff that Bento Miso's organizing. The gallery's back in a slightly different form. But for the games, instead of having games created specifically for the show, I picked out 4 games that I knew already sort of used some aspect of comics in their game design. So they're sort of both comics and games at the same time in some way. And so basically contacted all of these people around the world and said, hey, can we show your game? Many of them are not out yet, so we've got sort of early builds.
I noticed, some have release dates late 2013, stuff like that.
And you can always sort of double those, because everyone's always wrong about that.
I mean, release dates are a tentative thing at best.
Yeah. Making games is hard.
Yeah. Well, you made your own. I mean,
yes.
I know. I've heard about the development of They Bleed Pixels because
we only shipped it a year late.
It's fine. It's fine. It's an awesome game, so it turned out really well. So.
Yeah, rather ship something good than something on time.
Exactly. I mean, understanding we're at a different level we know about games. We're not angry like I was when I was a kid. I'm like, why are you taking so long? I'm like, no, take more time because I prefer it to be a better product in the end, opposed to just something slapdash together and
exactly
something that's not working or like that.
No, the reason that games get delayed is that making games is hard to predict. You've got so many different things that you're juggling.
Especially it's your own studio. You wear many hats during this entire development.
I am it's been 7 months since 7-8 months, something like that, whenever August was, since They Bleed Pixels shipped, and I am still feeling exhausted. Part of it is that I am terrible at relaxing. I'm I'll relax with a trip to Japan, where I will do work.
Wait, you were working when you were in Japan?
Actually, I went with our other partner, the Toronto Comic Arts Festival. They sort of took a whole bunch of comic artists there back in November, and I tagged along and took part in an art show in Harajuku, which sort of is something on my bucket list I didn't even know was there, and showed They Bleed Pixels to a Japanese audience at Kagai Manga Fest. So that's the way the type of thing I do to relax, which means that I'm still completely fucking burnt out from They Bleed Pixels. But I really I get bored and depressed if I don't keep doing things. So.
No, you always seem to be on. I remember I listened to you on Guys with Pencils, and that was a while back. And even then, you were still I think that was before you released They Bleed Pixels. It was a little bit before because I know Adam and then we're talking about play testing it and stuff like that, and how punishingly difficult it is. And it is. That's that game where I love this game. I want to punch the guy who made it sometimes.
Please don't.
I won't. No,
I bruise easily.
It's fine.
But Yeah, I'm not very good at saying no to projects, and I like doing things. I like doing lots of different things. So I overwork myself, and so I'm in a state of constant exhaustion.
And I'm guessing with all the Toronto people that all work together here, it seems like it's a, hey Miguel, can you help out with this? Hey Miguel, can you? Because like, I mean, everyone in the Toronto community, like either it be Hand Eye, Bento Miso, Track Mode. I mean, a couple more. You can.
Yeah, Track Mode actually aren't in Toronto. They came here they're in New York and LA.
Oh wow.
It was only a Track Mode show like 5 years ago in San Francisco that was the inspiration for Comics vs. Games.
Oh wow!
That they did with Giant Robot years and years ago that I saw, and that was like the first time I met Adam, and who's one of the members of Track Mode, who's here for the first time.
Yeah, we actually talked to him earlier.
Yeah,
so that's awesome.
So yeah, it was his show that actually inspired the original Comics vs. Games and the idea of sort of matching up artists and game makers. So it's come full circle.
I was going to ask, like, matching up those artists with, I know that was the original concept. Would you want to do that again for if Comics vs. Games 3? I know that's like another.
There's definitely there's some people who we almost had last time that I'd love to see do something. Yeah. So I wouldn't say no. It does basically when I took that on, I became like the producer for like 5 small games, and then we had someone drop out, and I ended up being the creator of one of the games.
Yeah,
last year. So it is kind of a full-time job for a few months to organize something like that. So if our ports of They Bleed Pixels do amazingly well, then I might self-fund something like that, because I'd love to see it happen. If we can get a larger amount of funding, it'd be great to do it, but I think it is sort of the thing that to do it and to do it right so that the games come out being something that everyone's proud of.
Exactly.
It needs a budget.
Yeah, exactly. And at Sweetie, is it just you working on it, or like do you have?
It's myself and Andrew Pilkew, who he's the programmer. Yeah. And so I do all the game design, level design, artwork, some of the sound design, all of our outreach, a lot of our biz dev, and he does the taxes and the programming.
Wow. Both of you, men's many hats. Jeez.
Yes.
That's really impressive that you guys could like pull all this stuff together, and like it's an awesome event. Like I just personally want to say thank you for like doing this type of stuff and like bringing this stuff here, because I never knew up until a year ago that Toronto had this type of scene, and like all these people, like between you, Damien Summer, Christine Love, like all these people who are here making amazing games.
Cappy, Jonathan Mack with Queasy. There's so
Drinkbox,
much stuff.
and like not even mentioning like obviously there's Ubisoft Toronto, but like those guys. I mean, here is just people who are just making games and just doing it on their own. And Bento. I mean, we can go on the list if we want.
No, and there's so many people who like are just like suddenly breaking out now, or like are about to break out with new games.
Yeah, there's the guy who made Starseed Pilgrim, and he's getting a lot of hype because Jonathan Blow like loves the crap out of his game. Like
Droken. There's Lovers in a Dangerous Space-Time,
which is
soon.
A personal like. I see this game every couple months when there's an event, and I like look at those guys like, put it out. I want to play it so badly. I
haven't had a chance to get my hands on it, but I'm actually I'm really happy. They've occasionally given a shout out to an old game I made that was one of the inspirations for it. It was actually they give a shout out to me and to Damien Soma for one of his games. I should really find out how to pronounce his last name properly, because I keep messing it up.
Every time I interview him, it's always different.
Yeah.
I just keep him guessing. He doesn't seem to correct me, so I'm okay with it.
Yeah.
Maybe he's just really nice about it like that.
But he did a sort of co-op game where you end up like messing up and
four colors of
friendship and four colors.
Friendship and four colors.
And I did a game called Cephalopod's Co-op Cottage Defense, and those two games were inspiration for Lovers in a Dangerous Space-Time, apparently. Yeah. So I really want to play it because that was a game I wanted to go back and do more on, and I wanted to see more games that messed with
that concept.
Cooperation. I find co-op games really interesting, particularly local co-op games. So I'm really looking forward to getting my hands on Lovers and
I'm guessing we'd be playing it Bit Bazaar this Saturday then?
Hopefully. I kind of don't like playing games at events. I like to sort of sit down and spend time with them. So I often miss out on chances to play games that I really want to play because I want to play them in the right setting.
Yeah,
I should really just bug them because I see them all the time working on it.
Yeah,
but
I'm sure they can just here's a USB stick, just don't tell anyone.
But I'm forgetful and dumb, so I don't. At some point, I'm looking forward to playing it because it looks great. Everything I see in terms of the game design looks so solid for that game, and it's incredibly up my alley.
Yeah, it looks beautiful.
I hope it makes them a ton of money.
Yes,
because I want to see more local co-op games.
Like that is a game much like Monaco, where I've bought the 4-pack to give to friends. I'm like, I would buy the 2-pack. Me and friends would play. I want other people to play with me. So if you're looking for someone to play in the future, I'm there with you, man. I'm there with you.
I like to play local. I've actually played a bit of Monaco local so far.
Oh wow. I've got to try that. I've never got a chance to try that yet.
That was originally designed to be local.
Yeah, that's every time I've gone to events. Well, I played it there local, but to get all my friends together who were disparaged. Anyways, that's aside from the point. But anyways, thank you.